moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On second down, here's Mahomes. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Robert Nkemdiche coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On the return is Peterson. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On first down, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Detroit!
Play action here with Rosen. And he's got Gresham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Michael Brockers in on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, here's Rosen. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Akeem Hicks able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Rosen. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. And the first play will be a field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And just shutting him off there.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Left, 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 left. Z, 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 Z.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go now. Blue 45, blue 45.
Mahomes going to throw. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ty Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Demario Davis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rosen to throw. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Watching now, Barney! Barney! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, wide open, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mahomes now on first down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
And the blitz does come. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Z. Left.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And got his man, complete. 30, 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here we go. Green.
They'll run with Montgomery. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now here's Mahomes. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rosen on 1st and 10. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Collins. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Ready, blue 45, blue 45. Ace. Slow. Left.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Gutt. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And the return will stop right around the 25. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And he missed it. Gonzalez has pushed it to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue for the first.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Ace, ace. Left, 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 left.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Peterson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. On 1st down, it's Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Rosen. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Andy Lee now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Ginn. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign.
Green 90. Green 90. Left.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chandler Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He's back to throw. He's gonna let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chandler Jones in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
So. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Ace.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Cardinals, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Saints, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank
Look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black.